Hi, Dan. It's so
Hi.
nice to meet
You
you.
too. Thanks for having me, Megan.
Yeah, this is such a big deal. Oh my gosh. I don't think I watched the Super Bowl, but I watched the Puppy Bowl.
Nice.
Yeah. What is it like to film the Puppy Bowl? I'm assuming it's already been filmed. But like, how long does it take? Just like, take us into the room for a second. What is it like?
We would we would show this in real time, the Puppy Bowl,
Yeah.
and shoot it live, but there is so much action and we've only got 3 hours, for this window. So we shoot basically over the course of a week. And we gather all the great footage that we can. And trust me, there's so much more left on the cutting room floor, and we create the Puppy Bowl out of that. But it's great to work on it. It's our biggest year ever. We have 150 rescue dogs from across the country, representing 72 shelters, and really, it's our best year ever. Special needs dogs, senior dogs. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, that's so great. I have to ask too, what is the smell like in the room? Is it just
Not
puffy?
so bad.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
too
Well,
bad. Is it gnarly?
no, it's what if you've been around just one dog when they go to the bathroom. It's that, but thankfully we have a cleanup crew that is. I mean, you've seen NASCAR races when they have to change the tires at the little pit stops. They are that fast. I mean, a pup does its business, and these assistants come in and they clean it all up and they spray the air so it smells great, and we can resume play as quickly as possible. Because otherwise, we'd get a little. They are untrained puppies, but it's
Yeah.
also shot in a essentially a hockey arena. It's a huge cavernous space, so the smell does dissipate. We're not stuck in this tiny little room. So all those things, they matter.
Oh my God. So wait, why aren't we doing like an
Hockey?
ice hockey bowl? Like
Yeah.
so, especially as there's so many dogs that are mascots now for these teams. That's another idea. I love
That's a
that.
great, I was thinking about that. They're having a hard time learning to skate. However, I
Yeah.
think that if we had them, have you heard of sled hockey, where people get pushed
Yes.
around? It's a wonderful thing. It's actually for generally
Yeah.
people who are disabled, have special needs
Yeah.
themselves. And I think so sled hockey with dogs could really work.
Maybe we'll do that for like you could do that for the Winter Classic with the
Yes.
dogs. Yes.
Yeah, just a one-off event. I agree.
Yeah.
It'd be great. It'd be great.
There are some really interesting names this year. I love RuPaul,
Yeah, Root
Josh
Paws on Team
Howland,
Rough, Boston Terrier,
Ca
Josh Howland. Yeah, to
Capel
rep.
Bone.
Yep, Chapel Bone, Mutt Stafford, of
Yeah.
course, Devon Tail Smith, Benito, to of course do a little nod to Bad Bunny, who's performing
Yes,
in.
that's great.
So yeah,
Yeah.
lots of good
Are
names.
the kitties doing the halftime show
Yep,
again?
they
Yes,
are
that's
every single year. We have adoptable cats that are that are of course up for adoption, but also performing for your pleasure. At halftime this year, though, we have something new, which is a exhibition game between senior dogs to show how
oh
important it is
God, I
to
love
adopt
senior
senior dogs.
dogs.
So it's called
Yes.
Goldies versus Oldies. So we hope you tune in for that.
Oh my God, I love that. I also wanted to say my hometown of Pittsburgh is represented with Miko and Carrie Pashaw from Paws Across America.
Harry
And then there are
Pawshaw.
two brothers from Pittsburgh, Cole and Nicholas from Animal Friends, and they're on opposing teams.
Yeah,
And I was wondering how often does that happen that you've got two brothers that are, this is like the Mannings, only in
totally.
puppy bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. A family dynasty is born. It's
Yes.
more often than you think because what happens is many of these shelters that we work with, they want to bring, they bring the dogs over to us. They're part of our 100-person crew, and they often will say, "Listen, we want to bring this dog, but he's bonded with his sibling." And that's often what happens, right? So we don't really want
Oh,
to separate them because they're so young. So can you take on one more dog? So before we know it, we have last year we had like 10 sibling pairs. Now like this year I think we have 12 sibling pairs. There's a lot of siblings, but we do want to show them on opposing sides because we like the sibling rivalry.
yeah, that's so cute. Are there any like are some states or cities more represented
Hmm.
than you or is there a city that always is always in contention in the Puppy Bowl?
No, honest to goodness, no.
It's always just different.
It really is different. And even the ability or the size, or, if a dog looks particularly strong or fast, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, our motto is heart beats agility or ability anytime. on Puppy Bowl. You can have a tiny little Chihuahua who weighs 4 pounds, run circles around a giant sheepdog that was expected to score touchdowns, but just sits there. And it just doesn't matter. It's constant surprises. No cities ever take really, it's a good stat to look up. I'll see if one
Yeah.
city or one rescue tends to have the most. That would be a fun, how many MVPs from this city or
Yes.
how many trophies from this city. That would
If
be
you're a dog
interesting.
growing up here, you're more likely to get to
Yeah,
the puppy
you got a
bowl.
chance to get recruited to Puppy Bowl.
Filming does a great job of making it look so epic. So while the puppies are at play, like what are you doing to to ref, I guess? Like how are are you just watching them? Like what is it like to be there while all of this is happening?
Yeah. It moves slower than you think. So
Really?
because so it's not as that's the good, the magic of editing shows us, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, nothing that you see is fabricated. All the touchdowns and penalties are real. Nothing is forced or created. It is a real game. It's just takes a long time to shoot, and so therefore we compress it into the 3 hours that we have. But what is my job is to track those touchdowns. See, with multiple chew toys sitting on the field, each chew toy represents a football. We allow multiple touchdowns, double
Yeah.
touchdowns, we call them. It's a real thing. And so sometimes I'll miss, I'm here in this end zone, but this end zone, there's another dude scoring a touchdown. So I got to catch that. Thankfully, we have not just many, many cameras, but directors in the booth that are in my ear saying, Dan, check out the other end zone and, there's another touchdown. So catching all the touchdowns is tough. And of course, getting those penalties, like you have to pick your battles with penalties. People think, well, you can just throw the flag every time they go to the bathroom. No, you
Yeah.
can't. You'll never resume the game if that's what you're doing. So you have to turn a little bit of a blind eye to those and go out for the really egregious ones.
Yeah. What is probably the most surprising thing about the Puppy Bowl that you think fans should know that they probably don't know?
Besides that, it takes a week to create. I would say the other surprising thing. Oh, here's a good one. Our crew is never less than 100 people, and I mean the total. So the
Really?
total amount of people it's 100 and growing. Because we continue to grow every year, so our crew does too. But it's always at least 100 people. It takes between camera people, volunteers who came with the rescues, lighting, set, everything, supplies, anything you can imagine. It's about 100, and so when you're there, you do feel like you're part of something really great and huge because of
That's
the
so
other.
sweet. Does any of the crew ever been like, okay, I'm going to adopt that dog or I
Oh
want to
yeah,
adopt?
yeah. I mean, the biggest reason not all of those, some of the dogs, the big reason why some of the dogs are not available when people, because look, you watch Puppy Bowl, you fall in love with the dog, you go to puppybowl.com. It's very simple, and you connect with it, connects you right to that shelter, and you can ask about adopting. But big reason why some of those dogs aren't available is because say a camera guy picked up the dog or somebody like that, and we are never going to stop a dog from getting adopted, of
Right,
course.
yeah.
So yeah, that does happen a lot. I'm guilty of it myself.
That's amazing. I mean, I'd want to take them all. That's gotta be, you have the hardest job to not want to take all of this stuff.
It's easy when you're up here and you're not down on their level. You get to
Yes.
see them from above. You get to see all the good and the bad. So you can
Yeah.
easily be like, okay, I can separate myself a little bit from the cuteness.
Thank you so much for this conversation. This was so fun and a true honor.
Thank you. Thank you. Same here. Thank you for
Thank
having me.
you. Yep. Have a good one. Bye.